Today we're going to take a look at the general conic form of a circle. First, we want to talk about what a circle is. It's the set of all points in a plane that are a fixed distance, called the radius, from a fixed point, called the center. And every conic section can be written on the form you see here on the screen: ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e equals 0. And if this equation has a and b both equal to each other, then you are going to be describing a circle. So here's the standard form of a circle. The equation of a circle in standard form is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where hk is the center and r is the length of your radius. So when we describe a circle, we need two things. We need the coordinates of the center and the exact value of the radius. So let's do some examples to make sure we understand how to describe a circle. So let's take a look at our first equation. If you can see here on the screen, is x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 4y plus 20 equals 0. And as you can see, both x squared and y squared have the same coefficient, so we definitely know it's a circle. So let's describe this circle. First, we need to write it in standard form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group my x terms together. And I'm going to group my y terms together. And then I'm going to subtract or add or subtract the constant on this other side. In this case, I'm subtracting 20. So now I'm going to go ahead and group my terms. And now on my next step, I'm going to write blanks in. And the purpose of these blanks is to complete the square, which is what I have to do on both x and y. So again, I'm going to group them together. Actually, I don't need to group the right side. All right, so I'm going to complete the square. So remember, to complete the square, we take half of our middle term and square it. So half of 10 is 5, squared is 25. So whatever I add over here, I add over here. Half of -4 is -2, and squared is +4. So +4 here, +4 here. So now I'm ready to simplify my answer by factoring and simplifying on this side. So here is going to be x, and then half of the middle number. So take half of your middle term, and that goes here. So half of 2 is +5. And here y, and half of -4 is 2. That goes here. And then you simplify over here. That's going to give you 1. So we have our standard form of a circle. And so this is a circle. We have a circle with center -5, 2, and radius 1. That's how we describe the circle. Here's our next example. So we're going to do the same process here. So I want to group my x terms together. Again, notice that the coefficients of x squared and y squared are the same. And here I'm going to subtract my constant, which is -24. So I'm going to group them. And so now I need to factor out the 3. So when I factor out the 3, I'm going to have x squared minus 6x plus blank. I'm sorry, I didn't factor out the 3, so you need to make sure you factor out that 3. So it's x squared minus 2x plus blank plus 3, factor out your 3, that's y squared plus 8y plus blank equals negative 24 plus 3 times blank plus 3 times blank. All right, so now we're going to complete the square. So again, you take half of negative 2 and square. So 1 goes here, 1 goes here. Take half of 8, which is 4, and then squared, that's 16. 16 goes here. So now we have 3 times x minus 1 squared plus 3 times y plus 4 squared. And then we're going to combine our like terms here. So we're going to get negative 24 plus 3, which is negative 21. And then negative 21 plus 48. Negative 21 plus 48 is 27. And now we need to divide everybody by 3 finally. So it'll be x minus 1 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 9. So we got our standard form of a circle. So we have a circle with center 1, negative 4, and radius 3. Here's our last example. Again, same process. Group your x terms together. Group your y terms together. And subtract the constant to the other side. And then we're going to write our blanks in. Now notice with the y squared term, there were no other y squared terms here. So we really didn't need a blank for that, but we're still going to group it. All right, so completing the square, you take half of 14, which is 7, square, and then square that result, which is 49. Whatever you add here, you add over here. So now you're going to come down and factor. So it'll be x plus 7 squared plus y squared equals 4. And there's our standard form. So it's a circle with center negative 7, 0, and radius 2. So to conclude, to describe a circle, you will need to write it in its standard form by completing the square. Once you do that, then you describe the circle using this by finding the center. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.